Hello and welcome to the last round. We won the die roll and we're obviously gonna keep this hand. I mean, we have Sphere Resonance, Surrender Buffet to put pressure, and Shackles to slow things down. We're 1-1, so this isn't obviously for the big monies, but it's between turning break even, I think 2-1 is, or maybe you gain a small profit or making a loss on this. So we obviously don't gain money, it's all phantom points, so it doesn't really matter, but hey, win is a win, huh? And that's what we go for, winning. So I think Cern the Buffet next turn, and then we can have Shackles with Remand backup, or just Shackles and use it. But having Remand backup, meh. Remand is a good card to push something through, so yeah. Well, at least of all that Arm Waving and Arcane Babbling you did 1000%. Nah, that's actually a good flavor text. Because it really fits the card. Rampant Growth is all fine. See what this guy's main color is. Green, huh? So he already has his fixes then, I guess, and that's why he went for green, I don't know. But I'm gonna show my green, like I'm gonna show my green anyway. Problem is that Shackles is only gonna steal 2 powered creatures here. And that's usually not good enough. I think I just run out Hinterland Harbor into Vote Mage Prodigy instead. Mentor of the Meek is a good target for me to steal though. It has to come into play, so there's that. Upkeep, of course, always yield. Kiora is fine. Do I want Kiora over Shackles? I don't think I do. Yes, Kiora is really good and it's game winning, but I think Shackles on the Mentor of the Meek and keeping my opponent off his triggers is a bit better here. We can always cast Kiora next turn. I mean, we're just being the aggressor here at this point, and if we can steal Mentor of the Meek, we have Void Mage Prodigy, draw a card off of it. So I think that's a bit better. What do I do if he, like, 3 speakers? Yeah, let's just steal this now. Like, we don't want him to draw a card off of that. Owned by LSK Wizard. That's that guy. So, more elves. So he is accelerating. But what is he accelerating into? That's always the question. So we cast Prodigy, obviously not gonna untap, take a damage. Sadly enough, these aren't wizards, so just cast this. When it comes into play, we draw a card. Sorry, scratching a little bit. Okay. Get a Metamorph, which is fine, but not really the nuts, of course. But we do have a counter spell up here, just in case he plays something really big. And we are adding more and more pressure. Plus Kiora can also stop something. I think we have a good game here. Or good odds of winning this game, like my opponent actually has nothing in play. First strike, pro red. I think that's fine, I'm gonna let that resolve. Doesn't really matter, like 2 damage isn't gonna raise me there. And I can even Kiora it if I want to, but I probably don't. So 3 mana, Yavimaya Elder, also fine. Again, doesn't really matter here. He can attack with the Mystic, there's no way I'm ever blocking with the Prodigy, I think he knows that. I can attack with the Mentor of the Meek and then unlock my Shackles. But can I also keep it around to block? He can no longer sacrifice this. That's odd. Not gonna untap here, but the fact that he can't untap that is pretty huge. So attack with this. Hit him for 3. And seeing that I draw 3 Radiant Riders, I can also copy Shackles. Wow. But we don't have the mana for that, plus Prodigy backup. How do we want to do this? Like trade wind riders, and then we cannot draw a card either, so we can just copy the shackles. I think that's fine. Cancel, wanna tap it a bit differently. Having 2 shackles against this board seems really strong. Boop. Cause we're just gonna be stealing all of his creatures now. And we're always gonna have White Mage Prodigy up. Combat is fine. Wow, is he really attacking with those? It's a weird attack, right? Yeah. That's an okay attack. I'm never gonna block anything outside of this, I think. Although, probably just wanna get rid of the Mentor of the Meek, and then I can untap my shackles. I mean, I can shackles a bunch of things. Might even want to shackle this just to gain mana. What's this? Creatures you control get +2/+2. So that hits for 4. I think I want to counter that. I think it's a bit bizarre. Oh, never mind. I can just remit that, which is obviously better. Because this way I still keep my Void Mage Prodigy around. And he's forced to do that next turn as well then. So we take 2, end of turn. We obviously untap this. Play an extra forest. We can play Trade Wind Riders now, but don't want to keep double shackles plus a freed up. If it goes to beginning of combat, what do I steal? Probably this guy. And this guy, although maybe this guy. Let's see what he plays. White creatures you control get +1/+1, that's fine. I'm gonna steal this guy. And gonna steal this guy. He can tap that for mana in response, but I mean, then it's not attacking at least. There's no attack on his end. He can flash something in. End of turn, which I don't really care about either. Or he can do that now, which I would find pretty weird, seeing that I have the mana up for this. Oh, he's just gonna sacrifice that, yeah, okay. Pretty sure he's dead to my hit end, but... So plains and forest. I'm curious, like he probably runs this without having a blue card, which is fine. Llanowar is okay. Not gonna untap lands, take damage. Woodfall Primus, huh? We can cast that, but I don't think we need to. We can attack with these two. And then he goes down to 1. Dies to this next turn, only has 2 creatures. Okay. And then we just run out the Trade Wind Riders. It's not a wizard, but I mean, it's a really good card to bounce things if we need to. Plus it can block this through the +1/+1, yeah, you can see it. Pretty sick opening on our end. Don't want to Stomp Power like we've seen 2 enchantments, but I don't think so. Misdirection, probably not either. Maybe Blastoderm, like if he's really, really aggressive, but we managed to stop it this time. Blastoderm over what and over Woodfall Primus? I think our deck matches really well against him. Maybe Glen Landra isn't that great, but it's one of the only counters we have, plus it's a wizard, so it has some value with Vote Mage. Probably want to keep it in. It's still early actually, like it's... Oh, this is only... Then this is round 3. Like it's 14:30. I might even be able to getting another cube before dinner. In that case I can record 4 cubes today, wow. It's gonna be close though, because then you have the draft, which is not that long. But deck building takes another 10 usually, and then first round 40, an hour, 2 hours. Yeah, it's gonna be way too close. Unless I can decide to eat a bit later. But then those plans go down the drain. It's a tough one. I'll think about it. I still don't get why you drop. Like maybe you really don't want to play. I guess. So we're 1-0 up in this one. I think our matchup is fine. The guy seems to be green-white aggro, and we have a bunch of anti-aggro cards in Padalkan Shackle, Sour, Dungeon Geist. Obstinate Bailout is fine. Trading Traders, but that's more late game. Friction Metamorph can steal his best creature. Serendip Efrit is a good anti-aggro card because it's a 3/4 flyer. 3/4s are usually good. We don't really have removal, like we don't have a Dismember or something, but that's okay. Dismember is so good, right? Come on, dude. I have no clue what is sideboarding. Might sideboarding disenchant or neutralize effects, because you know he did see 2 shackles, Fear of the Suns, and so on. Another good start against him. Stops his enchantments, stops everything else. So we are gonna keep this and see what my opponent brings. So turn 1 plain, do nothing is actually pretty nice for me. And then we draw Sour, which is another god draw. So if you guessed, wow, no guess, huh? We draw Noble Hierarch, which is an okay card. A bit too late, of course, but I mean, at least now we can start casting things and keep Efreet up. Silver Knight is okay in my book. Because we do have the Efreet here. Again. Which stops, this card. Then we might Metamorph it, but seems very unlikely that I will. I think we just want to Spell Pierce something. Double Strike, protection from black and green. Doesn't really do all that much. We can Sour it if we want. Sour. I think we just go for Key Ramp as a turn. Have some protection on my creatures. I'm gonna block this and then it trades, or I block this, he plays the enchantment, I Spell Pierce it. That seems solid as well. And we swing in for 3 ourselves with the Kira next turn. So if he attacks here, it's pretty obvious he has the enchantment. But at least he can swing with the Crusader, yeah. I think we do take the trade here. Although if we don't, we can just Sour it. We just take the trade. If he plays anything else big, we can just Sour. We're out racing Silver Knight anyway. So that doesn't really matter. Doesn't have anything here. So Kira is legendary, can't really do anything with that. We swing for 3 compared to his 2, so we should win the race. And we can actually Sour like a bunch of his creatures. With just Sour and then Metamorph, and if he isn't doing anything here, we might as well just steal it. Has to have something, it doesn't. Clanlander is a good one. It does take away the strength of Spell Pierce, because now he's obviously gonna know I have that, but this is pretty weird. How he seems to be an aggro deck, but then like maybe he's sideboarding way too many artifact and enchantment hate, and now no longer has a hand that's usable in this game. He's gonna get hit for 4. It's a really fast clock. We can put him. No, we can't put him that in 2 turns with the hand we have. Unless we draw land and we can Reclamation Station like Metamorph and then sour this. But even then, no, it's not enough. Path to Exile. Yeah, that's a really good card, bro. We only have Kira in play, which is automatic counter against any kind of removal. Yeah, that's. Whoops. Man, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. So there's Rifting Cloudscape, which we can cast and bounce. But I don't think we need to, like we have the game here under full control. The guy is hitting me for 2, yes, but does you really think he can win here? We can copy this even. We can copy this. No need to, like, he has to be the guy that has something to win here, and it's not gonna increase our clock to sour this turn. Hornet Queen, that's a good one. Enters the battlefield, but for 1/1 green insect tokens with. Yeah. So we can copy that with Metamorph and have one ourselves. And then it's gonna be an annoying situation, I guess. So we cast this and just get ourselves a Hornet Queen. Yeah, just pass the turn here. See what else he has. He only has 2 cards. We have 6, including Mystic Snake. So, seeing that we're ahead on board, we're good, I think. Drew this one a bit too late, but okay. I think we do take the damage here one more time. And then we draw land, which is okay, but really not that great. Sour this and then just attack him. I think we want to trade up the tokens if he is willing to. Else he's gonna take 4 damage. He's gonna have to have something now. Like 6 damage isn't gonna do it. This is gonna stop the enchantment that gives all his creatures +2/+2. So he casts Frozen Grip on something that's gonna get countered. Twice now. Mentor of the Week, yeah, whatever. Wow, that this guy had that happen to him twice. This is close. This is lethal. This is actually lethal, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can block those, but always takes 6. Yeah. Doesn't really matter because they have flying. And there's that. So we go 2-1, and I'll see you guys for next cube.